Have you ever worried that the bonnet of your Triumph Spitfire is going to fall on your head? Well, this little yellow thing right here can put your fears to rest. All right, this is the Jam Dynamics SlideLock. Now, in full disclosure, I did receive this item for free from the gentleman that owns Jam Dynamics. He went on the Triumph Experience forum, what I call my favorite forum, made a forum entry offering up several people free samples, I guess you could say, to try out, and so he could learn some lessons and figure out if he's got a good product here. I took advantage of that. He did not know that I had a YouTube channel when he gave it to me, so I had mentioned to him that I'd be happy to do a YouTube review of it. So I'm going to do that. So you can see here that it's just a simple piece of steel in my hand for scale, not that huge, fits easily in the palm of your hand. The one end is rounded, and in the other end it almost appears to be kind of broken apart, and you've got three little feet that kind of splay out. And what it does is this end slides on the prop rod, and then this end will eventually come down and lock on top of where the prop rod articulates, and it locks the upper and the lower halves of the prop rod together, and that's what prevents the prop rod from breaking and bringing the bonnet down on your head. Pretty important, especially if you're working on the car and you're moving around and you're not really paying attention that much to where the prop rod is, and you might hit it the wrong way and break that away, and now you know you've got this bonnet coming down on top of you or on top of the car and chipping paint and denting stuff and everything. So pretty cheap insurance. I believe he's decided on a final pricing of $9, and I believe he also ships anywhere. United States Postal Service flat rate for about $4. So hey, for under $15, you can get a piece of insurance that could save you, literally a headache at least. This one is in yellow because I considered it kind of a safety thing, and I wanted to see the yellow and have it stand out. I believe he also offers them in black and red, and has plans for many other colors. So I'll take you over to the car now, show you how it attaches. Pretty easy, took me about 5 minutes, and I'll show you how it works. So obviously you're going to need to be able to hold up the bonnet with some method. I've got a jack handle for my jack here, and that's just kind of nestled between the upper A-arm and the inside of the wheel arch, and have rags on both ends just to kind of protect some paint. So what I've decided to do is I broke my prop rod right at the articulation point. You can see that there. Now this is an aftermarket prop rod that I picked up at Rimmer Brothers. There were some reports that some of the other aftermarket prop rods, I guess the tube was a little bit larger in diameter than what he had originally designed for, because he based the design off the original prop rod. I don't have that problem. This prop rod works just fine. So I broke the articulation here. Again, you obviously need to have it supported. Then all you do is the one end here goes up the prop rod this way, and this other end is what fits right down on top of this portion here. So it's just a matter of taking the thing, sliding it up like that, and then essentially bolting it back together. There's a bunch of flat washers and everything in here, so you just got to pay attention that you're taking stuff apart and putting it back together right as you would anyway. So I'm going to go ahead, I'll put that back together real quick, and then I'll show you how it works. Got the prop rod back together. I'll remove the temporary support here. All right, so when you want to lock it in, open up the bonnet all the way. Now, for whatever reason, my prop stay doesn't fully go that way. I'm not quite sure why, so I can press it down. But when you press it down and get it flat and get these two pieces flat together, you just take the slide lock and slide it. So now that's it. There's no way you're going to break that apart. So again, all it does is really cover the two and essentially connect them, and now you can't get the bonnet apart or the prop rod to articulate and to come down on your melon. When you're done, at least for me, I got to press down a little bit to kind of loosen the tension, and now that's loose. You can slide it all the way up to where it gets into the curvature, so it kind of holds there a little bit, and then just let the prop rod down, and the thing the slide lock will sit there. So again, press down, at least for me, take the slide lock, put it down, and that's it. Real simple, obviously the epitome of engineering when you have zero moving parts and the object does its job. So cheap insurance. All right, so again, took me about 10 minutes to put that on. You may find it easier to remove the prop rod at the wheel arch, that connection point there, because sometimes it gets a little tricky fighting with the two tubes trying to come together, and sometimes this stuff gets kind of bound up in there. Sometimes hard to get the washers back on, but very easy to do, and the SlideLock does exactly what it says it's going to do. It locks those two joints together, and the bonnet's not going to come down mistakenly or due to bumping it or anything like that. So for under 20 bucks, that's a great piece of insurance. Again, I did receive this product for free. In return for the product, I agreed to fill out a questionnaire for the gentleman who designed it. I further offered up the fact that I would be willing to do a YouTube video on the product. I'll put links in the description on how to get the product. Most of the interaction is via the Triumph Experience forum, so I may be able to link to a forum post specifically, and if not, I'll give you the particulars so that you can find him on the forum. So again, about $15 delivered to your front door anywhere in the United States. I imagine anything international is probably going to cost a little bit more for shipping, but you really can't beat it. So thanks again for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Cheers.